All right. What's up, everybody? DStyleBoxing here. Thanks to those joining me live and to those that are joining me on archive. Thumbs up the video. Join the chat if you're listening live. If you're listening on archive, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. All right? Tell me what you think. I'm going to do several Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin videos. This is not going to be the only one. But I told you guys, once we get this whole aftermath thing done with this giant fight that was absorbing all the interests of the not just boxing, not just MMA, but just the entire public in general. Once we got rid of that, it's time for this fight. Okay, Gennady Golovkin versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. This fight right here. This fight. You can't, well, you can, but just for the sake of saying it, you can't get any better than this. There's going to be some bombs dropped in this fight. There's going to be some bombs dropped in this fight. We're going to see how it goes, of course. We're going to see how it goes, but let's check it out. First of all, right? First of all, I have gone back and forth and back and forth. I've gone back and forth with this fight. That, like, there's been, like, since the fight, even before the fight was announced, or when it was announced, I was like, well, maybe Canelo's going to win. Well, maybe Gennady Golovkin's going to win. I've gone back and forth with it. I have. Okay. But there comes a time where I got to pick the horse. Right? There comes a time where, I mean, coming on here and say, well, anybody could win. We'll see. Maybe the best man win. And then, well, what's the fuck's the point of anything? I'm going to pick a winner. Right? I'm going to pick a winner. And I'm going to pick the winner right now. Officially. And this is who I'm going to roll with. In fact, I'm not even going to say, oh, I have a right to change my mind before the weigh-in, or I have a right to change my mind as I watch 24/7. And if I watch, I'm just going to tell you right now who I think is going to win. Who's going to win this fight? And we're going to talk about all the possibilities, but I think that the winner of this fight is going to be Saul Canelo Alvarez. That's who I believe is ultimately going to come out on top, right? Now, what I will say is this, okay? This isn't Canelo versus Chavez Jr. This isn't Mayweather versus, McGregor. This, I'm not gonna say, oh, I guarantee he's gonna win. That's not what I'm gonna say. All right, that I won't do. But I'm not gonna pick someone if I don't feel confident they're gonna win, and I feel confident. Maybe not 100%, not even 90 or 80%, but I'm confident that in the end, Saul Canelo Alvarez will have his arm raised in the air. And I know that's going to be like, oh my God, how could that be? Not you, right? D-Style doesn't pick that. D-Style doesn't pick winners. Now, bear with me, guys. I got to pick up a phone call really quick. 1 second. It'll be silence for about a minute. Guys, I apologize. I am back. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Why am I picking Canelo Alvarez to win? When D-Style, you made videos saying Canelo's is doing some bullshit. You've criticized him in the past. Well, look, D-Style Boxing treats every boxer equally. If you're doing some bullshit, I'm going to call you out on it. Okay? Okay, I don't give a shit if you're Mexican. I don't give a shit if you're black. I don't give a shit if you're white. If you're doing some bullshit, I'm going to call you out on it. That's it. Right? And Canelo, just because I couldn't feel he's going to win this fight, yet at the same time say he was pulling off some bullshit before, asking for a catch weight and stuff like that. That was bullshit. Now, that's not something that I developed because Canelo asked for it. I've always been against catch weights. Always. And guess what? Whoever does it in the future, I'm going to be against that. But I'm not a fanboy. I don't roll with guys, like, no matter what, like, in and out of the ring. At the end of the day, whatever happened 2 years ago or a year ago, or the politics or how difficult, whatever my opinion was on how, getting this fight signed was, whatever, the fight's signed. The fight's going to happen. It's sealed, delivered. Knock on wood. Okay, let me fucking knock on fucking wood, right? But if you take, right, if you take this fight, right, and you look at it for what it is, ding ding, once the bell rings, all that shit doesn't matter. So at the end of the day, I got what I wanted. At the end of the day, I got the fight. Now, you may argue all the pressure guys like you put on Canelo make no difference. The fight would have happened anyway. It was going to happen on 2017 in September anyway. Maybe you believe that. At this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think or you think. The fight's done. It's sealed. It's delivered. It's going to happen. I'm getting what I want. I'm getting the fight, and I'm getting the weight. There's no catch weight for this fight. So I'm getting what I want. I'm getting the title fight. I'm getting it at the weight that it matters. I'm getting the fight that I want at the end of the day. And now that it's sealed, delivered, when that bell rings, ding, ding, who's going to win the fight? Who's going to come out on top? Who's coming out middleweight champion of the world? Who's going to do that? Who's coming out on top? Who's going to win the fight? And in my opinion, Saul Canelo Alvarez is going to win this fight. I think he's going to win it. I think he's going to take it. Is it going to be easy? Probably not. Is it a foregone conclusion? No. Can I see ways that Gennady Golovkin could win? Yes. Do I believe that's what's going to happen? No. Do I have a crystal ball? Not really. But I have a very good batting average. That's what I have. Okay. So let's look at it. All right. Saul Canelo Alvarez is going to have to, first of all, he can't go in there and have an off night. Like, he's not going to win that way. And I don't think, he's going to have an off night. I think Canelo, he got the tune-up he needed in the Chavez Jr. fight. He's got everything in motion. He's young. He's in the prime of his career. It's for the taking right here. If he can't beat Gennady Golovkin now, then he'll never beat him. Unless Gennady Golovkin turns like 40 years old plus or something. But it's at this point, the fight's happening. If he can't pull it off, then at no point in Gennady Golovkin's career was Canelo going to beat him, right? Like, this is the time to do it. Canelo's prime. Canelo's ready. He's got youth on the side. He's got energy on the side. He's got youth on the side, as I mentioned. And it's going to have to be a good performance. He's going to have one of the best nights of his career. He's going to have to do it. Now, I could say the same thing about Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin cannot afford to have an off night against Saul Canelo Alvarez. He cannot afford to do that. You could say the same thing about both guys. What do we know? We know both guys can crack. We know both guys can punch. We know they got punching power. Many believe that Gennady Golovkin has more punching power than Canelo Alvarez, right? That's what many say. And I'm not going to downgrade his punching power. He does have punching power. And if you want to argue he has more punching power, fine. But does he have as much punching power as Canelo? I think it's going to surprise people when they watch this fight that there's not much difference in the power. I don't think a lot of people are going to be surprised, right? At first, I thought Gennady Golovkin's going to win this fight because, you know, his timing. He has very, very good timing. He's not the fastest guy in the world. He ain't slow, but he's not the fastest guy in the world. But his timing is unbelievable. And obviously, the big knock on Canelo is his footwork. He doesn't have the fastest feet in the world. But I don't think he's going to need his feet in this fight. The answer is not what people think. The answer is not for Canelo to get on his back foot and shoot punches off the back foot. The answer is not to move around and box. That's not. I'm not saying he can't do it in spots. He's going to have to do that in spots. But overall, where Canelo's going to have to put in damage is with his front foot in this fight. He's going to have to put pressure on that front foot and take advantage of that. Because one thing that Gennady Golovkin has is a longer torso than Canelo, right? And I honestly believe he's going to be open for body shots by Canelo. In order for Canelo to land those body shots, he's going to have to get, in the line of fire. He's going to have to get in those trenches. He's not going to be able to do that on the outside boxing, right? That's not what Canelo has to do. Canelo has to put body work in early. He's going to have to get some body work in. Make Gennady Golovkin feel uncomfortable on the inside. And I know. Gennady Golovkin's a good inside fighter. I never said it's going to be easy. But he's going to have to get on the inside. And I believe, the short arms of Canelo are going to be a big advantage for him on the inside. When he's right there and his body work, against that long torso, it's going to work for him. And I think he's going to get the better of Gennady Golovkin on the inside. I think he's going to get the better of him, right? I also believe that Saul Canelo Alvarez has faster hands than Gennady Golovkin, I believe he has faster hands. And as much as people talk about the feet of Canelo, I just believe that Gennady Golovkin comes at a straight line. He comes at a straight line at you. He stalks you, and he comes at a straight line, right? He has okay head movement, right? But he does have very good reflexes, and he's got very good timing, right? He's got a very good power jab. Canelo's going to have to read that jab, slip under that jab, and get that body work inside. And you're going to have to watch that in the first 2-3 rounds of the fight. That's going to tell the story. If Canelo has not got into the body of Gennady Golovkin within the first 2-3 rounds, hasn't landed anything significant to the body, Canelo's going to be in trouble. Canelo's notorious for taking 2-3 rounds off throughout a 12-round fight. He exerts a lot of energy with a lot of those power shots he throws. He's already giving away those rounds. Gennady Golovkin's not going to stop for 12 rounds. That's one of the reasons the majority of people are picking Gennady Golovkin to win this fight. It's not that I'm not aware of that. It's that I believe Canelo's going to be able to get on that inside, outbox him on the inside in the phone booth. He's going to have to get in that phone booth, stay away from the ropes. I don't like the idea of Canelo getting against the ropes. He needs to stay away. You don't get against the ropes against Gennady Golovkin, right? He's got to get inside, dig to the body, right? Dig on that long torso of his. And if he ducks in low, get that uppercut in, right? There's not a lot of, it's hard. You could move your head. You can't move your body that well, right? A lot of guys have tried to hold, and you see what a lot of guys do, and a lot of the mistake they make is they're not really very good in that phone booth, okay? So they try to hold Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin's very good at when he try to octopus his ass. He tries to, he's like a stingray against the octopus. He fucking stings you. You can't hold him. Well, Canelo doesn't do that, okay? Canelo's going to be right on the inside. He feels at home on the inside like that. That's Canelo's home right there. Right there, right in that phone booth. He's going to have to get in, not from mid-range, on the inside. At mid-range, he's going to have a lot of problems with Gennady Golovkin. I know. Well, that's where he fights the majority of his fights. It depends who he's fighting. Canelo has to be at mid-range to land the majority of his power shots. But in most of his fights, if you look at most of his fights, his opponents are moving. Okay? The guys that give Canelo problems are guys that move. Mayweather, Lara. Okay? Lara arguably won that fight. I felt Canelo pulled it off by a round. Okay? I felt Canelo pulled it off against Trout, but some people think that was close, right? Guys that move. This target isn't going to move. This target's coming right at him. He's not going to have to go look for Gennady Golovkin. He's not going to have to look for that long torso. He's not going to have to look for that head. He's coming right at him. He's going to come right at Canelo. He's going to stalk him. He's going to be methodical. He's going to be using the power jab behind that. He's going to be very dangerous in mid-range. Canelo's got to stuff those punches. He's got to get right on the inside. Use those short arms and curve that hook right there. Bam, to the body. Bam, to the body. Both hands. Force him to duck low. Bam, uppercut inside. He's got to get it right on the phone booth. Canelo can do it. He can do that, right? Now, getting from point A on the outside to point B on the inside, that's going to be the challenge. That's going to be the challenge. But Gennady Golovkin's already doing half of that. Gennady Golovkin's going to meet you from – Gennady's going to go from distance to mid-range for you. He's going to do half of the work for you, right? That's the easiest half, but it's still half of it. And then Canelo's got to get on that inside. He's got to rip that body. He's got to rip it starting from round one. From mid-range, you got to match that jab. Got to match his jab. Try to read his jab. Try to slip it. Boom. Get one inside yourself. Okay? If you get some shots at mid-range, that's fine. And then, go in, bam, land your shots. Stay at mid-range for a little bit. If he jabs you, if he starts throwing some dangerous shots, then you can box. Then you can move on the outside. For about 30% of the time, 30% of the time, he's going to have to box around the ring. He's going to have to, add that to the equation that he's trying to solve here. And I honestly believe if Canelo can get on the inside, and I believe he will, if he can get past those trenches, past that line of fire, right, I honestly believe that there's a good green zone right there inside, okay? I honestly believe when these two guys are close to one another, when they're at mid-range, okay, they're going to have those hands up, right? And they're going to be locking horns, okay? There's going to be two bulls here. And I believe it's going to favor Canelo on the inside. Canelo grew up boxing that way, okay? One of the first things Canelo probably learned in the gym was to fight on the inside, okay? One of the things that he was instructed over and over again throughout his career, okay, since he was a young kid, el gancho al hígado, okay? He's going to be searching for that liver shot from round one. And if Gennady Golovkin starts blocking those body shots on the inside, he lowers those arms, he's going to leave himself open upstairs. And that's where he's got to step back, bam, land those shots, and then move back and box. Okay? Don't stay there long enough so he can counter you. Don't stay there long enough so he can respond. Frustrate. He's got to frustrate him. Now, it's not going to be easy, and he's not going to win every round. He might even get hurt once or twice in this fight. He might get dropped. But in the end, I think Canelo Alvarez comes out and wins this fight. Now, some Gennady Golovkin fans may scoff. Oh, no. Nobody could hurt Gennady Golovkin. All right. You believe whatever you want to believe. If you want to believe nobody could hurt Gennady Golovkin, if you want to believe he's invincible and nobody could touch him, then you go do that. That there's no such thing as a boogeyman in boxing. That doesn't exist. That's all facade. All right. When I look at Canelo, I don't. Even when I was criticizing him, I never said he was scared of Gennady Golovkin. He ain't scared of him. Right? He just isn't scared. You know, when he hits Canelo and Canelo doesn't fall apart, I think it's going to dawn on you guys. You got a fight in your hands. Right? It's going to dawn on you. Oh, shit, we got to fight. It's on now. Of course, he's got to have a good night. He's going to have to be on his A game. He's got to stay away from those ropes. He's probably going to give up 1 or 2 rounds. I mean, that's probably going to happen. But I'm looking at a late round stoppage for Canelo or a decision, right? More than likely a decision. But yes, of course, I could see Canelo stopping Gennady Golovkin. I can see that, right? I think Gennady Golovkin's in a fight here. This is a fight. This is not going to be some, easy route here, okay? Another thing, right? Now, Gennady Golovkin does a very good job blocking shots with his shoulder, okay? He does a really good job at that. However, if you follow it up, like if you throw a hook and you follow it up with a straight cross, you can catch him, right? You can catch him that way. Okay, it can happen. So I think you should watch for that. And Canelo's got a very good hook that he's going to have to block. And if he does it with his shoulder instead of the gloves, he's in big trouble. Canelo will follow up, okay, with that straight right. He'll follow up with it, okay? And that straight right is no joke. It's gonna land with impact, all right? He can also double the hook, maybe not really fast, but he can do it. Canelo's hand speed is very, very underrated, okay? And it comes with thudding power. Right now, obviously, Gennady Golovkin is no slouch. Obviously, he's bringing a lot of threats here. He's a thinking fighter as well. So it's going to be tough, okay? Can Gennady Golovkin or will Gennady Golovkin start boxing if he finds himself getting outworked on the inside? All right? He may have to. He may have to do that. So we'll see. We got a lot more to talk about regarding this fight. Okay? A lot more to talk about. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, for now, we're going to leave it at that. And I'm dying to know what you guys think. You guys tell me, I personally can't wait for this fight. I personally can't wait for it. So it might. I mean, it's got a lot of competition, but it might be the fight of the year. And I can see the fight doing something like 1.8 to 2 million buys. I can see that. Okay. There's a lot of buzz going on now, and a lot of people talking about the fight. So we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out for sure. Okay. Anyways, guys, I got a lot of errands to run. I got a lot of stuff I need to do. I'll leave you with that for now. Okay. I'll open the chat. I'll read some of the comments as I move on here. But I got Canelo. I'm rolling with Canelo. I think Canelo wins by late round stoppage or decision. That I'm going to stick to that, and we'll talk more about it as the weeks and time and everything goes by. All right. And I'm not telling you to go bet on shit. So don't come back to me. You told me he's going to win. He lost. Don't come to me with that shit. All right. I'm out of here, guys.